about the normal everyday stuff. I'm talking about where they're, Sonia, what you were saying, the actual, hey, we are resistant to making this change. Right? We're gonna block this change. So we have to be able to recognize it. We have to be able to view this resistance as part of the process. It's gonna happen, folks. This is why I say, look, if you are conflict averse, if you are someone who does not do well in conflict situations and you start to break out in a sweat whenever you're in a conflict and your blood pressure goes up, and I mean, between us, go seek another job. No, it's not good for you. Physically, it's not good for you. This is just not, you shouldn't be in this. Now, I'm not saying you got to be Rocky Balboa thinking, okay, I'm going to take on everybody today. How can we get into some fisticuffs? I just have to say you can't be conflict averse. You can't be unwilling to bring a conflict situation to the forefront, because it's the only way it's going to resolve. What doesn't work is just pushing it aside and trying to bury it. We have to allow the conflict to come in to the situation. We need to actually support the customer's expression of this resistance. And I'm going to ask you to do stupid speaker trick number 1. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Wendy, you don't have to stand up. You've done this before. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Put your hands together. We're not going to pray. No, this is okay. That's what we do. We just say, oh, please. No. Help us open it. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you now to put your arms, and it's got to be a parallel line to the ground, so not any, it's got to be parallel. And I want you to push as hard as you can with both hands. Good. If you're not shaking, you're not pushing hard enough. Come on, double your effort. Double your effort! What's going to eventually happen? You're going to pass out. You're not going anywhere. Okay, so remain standing. All right. Next time, this is what I want you to do. I'm back together. And this time I want you to allow your dominant hand, right or left, whatever that is, to actually make a little progress against the other one. But this one shouldn't just completely fall away. It should stay just enough pressure to stay next to your hand. See, I'm moving like this, right? But I'm not, right? Now, which hand, when I get to this extreme, it's so important, which hand is going to fall away first? Which hand's working harder? The one that's pushing harder, right? So this one's going to fall away. And then if I actually exert the same amount of pressure on this hand, I could go completely past whatever the resistance was. Okay, you can sit down. So we learned that dealing with resistance is Zen. All right? We don't deal resistance with equal and opposing force. We support the customer's expression of resistance, and we're going to go through a technique where I'll show you it's linguistic, fortunately. We're not talking about fisticuffs here. You know, I was watching the session on the other night of the mountain climber on Mount Everest, and did you see how casually at the end showed it just threw out that, yeah, well, you know, 2 people died. Right. Did you catch that? Like at the end, you know, 2 people died. You know, and I'm thinking, what are we worried about? I mean, really, what are we worried about? Nobody's dying here.